Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today we are specifically going to talk about the main battle tanks of the three tank originating countries that exist in the world. And we're going to talk. So we live in a TikTok world. We live in a tank impoverished countries and tank originating countries world. Okay, so here we go. Let's talk about it. All right, there are three tank originating countries in the world. They are the United States of America. It is also Russia, and it is Germany. They made tanks with gusto. Actually, here's the kicker. Here's how to understand the level they make tanks at. They surplus tanks. They're like, hey, we got this dusty, crusty tank in the wrong color. Your little lemonade stand country, you want this? You want this extra? We'll give it to you if we like, if we share the same values. We'll sell it to you if maybe we are adjacent on a few values, right? Like, that's how they roll, like tank originating countries. So what I want to talk about today is why do I call them tank originating countries? Because of the numbers, right? Let's get into the data, right? Okay, here's the data. America's main battle tank, the primary tank they use, the one they make in the most numbers, is the American M1 Abrams, right? It's incredibly deadly piece of ordnance. It costs between $5 and $15 million depending on its loadout, right? And it's just an incredibly baller tank, right? Like, it comes in colorways, right? Like, so, yeah. So basically, and how many did America make? 10,000. Okay, 10,000. We're the only America, my country. We're the only country in the world that has made a single tank in a 5-digit number. 5-digit number. We're the only one who's ever done it. Okay. Right, that's I keep telling you, we at the top, we queen of the world. That's it. Like, that's not a debatable topic, right? Like, all right, and that's just one reason. Like, Kendrick Lamar is the other. Like, all right. So okay, so basically, let's talk about the one who has the second largest number, Russia. The Russian T-90 is their main battle tank, and they have made 8,500 of these units, okay? The third tank originating country is Germany. They do not play. They are a real player in the tank game, right? And they do surplus, right? And they have made 3,500 tanks, all right? Now, there's about a dozen other countries that make tanks, okay? Tank dabbler countries, okay? Now, these tank dabbler countries, they make numbers of tanks that you can just make yourself a little set of their countries, of all the tanks they've ever, their main battle tanks, of all their main battle tanks, right? And you can fill, so with the smallest number, right? With the smallest number, Germany's, you can fill like 4, 5, 6, 7 of the dabbler countries, and they don't equal what Germany makes, right? That's what I mean by a dabbler country, right? It's the difference between your friend who is a carpenter and goes, and frames a house in a day or two, right? And your buddy who has a wood shop and makes a chair every 3 months. You understand? There's a difference, right? There are tank originating countries, there are tank dabbler countries, and there are tank impoverished countries. And I put the tank dabblers in the tank impoverished countries, right? And the reason why is most of those tanks that are made in the tank dabbler countries, they're either using engines from one of the main areas, or they're using parts, or they're using engineering. They didn't build it from the ground up, right? But Russia, America, and Germany, these are straight up baller tank originator countries, right? These people come to court to play. They are ballers, right? This isn't amateur hour for them. This isn't a pickup game on the court. This is the big leagues, right? And all these other little tank dabbler countries, it's cute. Like, I see you're trying, but they're not tank originating countries. And here's the issue, right? Tank originating countries permission every other country in the world, okay, to go to war. And every other country in the world does need their permission to go to war. And the reason why is, we talked about this, right? There's military special operations. That's what Putin had planned. He had, and I have to say, America, we do some military special operations too. Little weekend projects, right? And that's the issue, right? If you can get it done in the weekend, the world has agreed to call that a military operation. If you're shelling civilian targets for weeks, that's a war, right? And Zelensky made this a war. He's like, I know you want this to be a special military operation. It's not. Welcome to the war, right? That's the difference, right? And so when I say that every other country beside the 3 tank originating countries I named, Germany, America, and Russia, right? Because any other country in the world, if they go to war, any of the tank originating countries says, hey, we see your little skirmish there, we can end it tomorrow. We can make a military special operation, right? A special military operation, and we can end your little skirmish in a weekend. And the only reason you're having this conflict is we're allowing it, right? And you're like, hey, Scott, tanks don't work that way, right? Now, you're right. The tanks are important, but they're not the whole ball of wax, right? Here's the issue. America, Russia, and Germany have taken war to a fine art, right? Like, everybody else is sparring, right? When America, Russia, or Germany go to war, stuff happens. It's not, none of those 3 countries need anybody to permission a war for them. And no one in the world can shut down their military decisions in a weekend. And that's the issue. Every other country in the world, we see your little skirmish, it's nice, we're allowing it. That's the issue. Those 3 countries are allowing it because any one of them could end it in a weekend, right? They have the hardware, they have the policies, they have the protocols, they have people who can get the job done, right? And that's why tank originating countries are the most important countries in the world when it comes to military actions and military decisions, because they permission every war on the planet. That's what I'm saying, right? Now, I do want to say, these numbers that I gave you today, this came from peer review. I have a very brilliant, dedicated commenter. Thank you very much, brilliant, dedicated commenter, who actually, heard me talk, heard all my numbers, right, about tanks, and said, hey, Scott, take a look, right, and gave me literally the text that I needed to finish my independent research. So that's how I know how many tanks these other countries have, right? And trust and believe, these dabbler countries, they got like 400 tanks, right? Like, yeah, that's cute. We see you, like, good effort. Hey, here's your sticker. Like, thanks. That's my opinion. What's your opinion? Love to hear your thoughts. Let me know in the comments below. Please consider liking and subscribing, and have a wonderful millennium, because Vladimir Putin can't take it from you.